The largest and possibly most dangerous story arc in Dragon Ball Super is vastly approaching on February 5th, 2017, the Tournament of Power, the Omni Tournament presented by the Omni King, known as the Universe Survival Arc, as we move on forward into a multi-team battle, with each universe holding 10 representatives on each team, thus allowing 120 fighters to participate in this tournament. So today, guys, we're going to go ahead and touch up on the idea, who I personally believe is more than fitting to be a part of Team Universe 7, alongside some surprises that may come about this tournament. Now, Team Universe 7 has chosen its 10 representatives, that being Majin Buu, Krillin, Android 17, Android 18, Piccolo, Tien Shinhan, Master Roshi, Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku to participate alongside Team Universe 7 in this Omniverse tournament. Now, however, the rules set in stone by both the future and present Omni King, that being the losing universes are immediately annihilated following their rounds at the tournament. Now, the Ultimate Martial Arts tournament begins with the survival of each and every single species amongst the entire multiverse. That includes Kaioshin and Gods of Destruction. So what does this mean? It means that now, more so than ever, our characters have a large pressure on them as they are forced to compete for the survival of their universe. But it doesn't just mean to protect their own universe, not at all, because now, so more than ever, the Gods of Destructions are now putting pressure on their fighters in order to keep the position as gods in their respective universe, which ultimately means if a universe is destroyed, there is no God of Destruction that can presently preside over that universe as its god. And we don't really know if this also implies for the Kaioshin and the Gods of Destruction, meaning we don't really know if their lives are also in jeopardy as well, or perhaps even their positions. But today I want to touch up on the following fighters and who I believe is definitely going to shine in this tournament. Now, of course, having to follow Dragon Ball Super episode 71, we follow up with one person amongst the other 10 who is actually training for this tournament, that being Vegeta. A lot of people often want to sleep on Vegeta, but tend to forget how well he did against Goku Black after he came back into the future after losing the first time, and of course following the manga as well. As of right now, Vegeta is the only one receiving training from Whis in order to better himself in this upcoming tournament. Goku's not there, we don't really know what Gohan is doing, Master Roshi is more than likely being lazy, Tien Shinhan is unknown, Piccolo is catering with Gohan and carrying groceries and taking care of Pan, Android 17 is out there somewhere raising his own family and being a park ranger, Android 18 and Krillin are also busy at home taking care of their child, and of course Majin Buu is just being Majin Buu. The only person here, aside from Goku, who was assassinated by Hit, and of course Goku's gonna make a comeback in the upcoming episode, we see Vegeta's the only person here who truly focuses on becoming the best. However, I also do believe that the MVPs on this team are more than obvious. I do believe it's going to be Goku and Vegeta, because as of right now, there is nobody on Team Universe 7 who can respectively reach the caliber and level that Goku and Vegeta are on. So it's actually kind of questionable as to why Roshi's there, as to why Tien Shinhan is there, Krillin, even Piccolo, because the other fighters from the other universes are presumably strong as well. That may not be the case entirely, because just because we have a 10-man team doesn't necessarily mean that each and every single one of these fighters who represent another universe might be strong as well. If you guys remember going back to Dragon Ball Super when we had the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, not everyone was strong, or at least stronger than Goku and Vegeta on Team Universe 6, aside from Hit. Hit was the only person that was able to give both Goku and Vegeta a run for their money while being able to transform into Super Saiyan Blues. Goku and Vegeta never used Super Saiyan Blue against anyone else, with the exception of Kabe, of course, for Vegeta knocking him out, making him feel the pain. There was nobody else on Team Universe 6 that forcefully pushed Goku and Vegeta as Super Saiyan Blues to their breaking point like Hit did. So one can only assume that Champa needs to select 5 more fighters that can accompany him in this tournament, which ultimately means the matchups and pairings of each universe may actually be even. For example, we just actually might get to see Gohan versus Kabe, or perhaps even Piccolo versus Frost in a rematch. Perhaps maybe what if Botamo fought Android 18. Situations and scenarios like that tend to be more believable than having someone like Master Roshi go up against Hit in the very first round. I also do believe that more so now than ever, everyone on Team Universe 7 is forced to put their lives on the line, not only to protect themselves and their families, but the entirety and the existence of their present universe. Without their present universe, they're going to cease to exist, because guess what? Everything they love and everything they know is going to be destroyed. So this gives every single individual in this tournament a reason to fight, including Gohan. Remember, Gohan doesn't really serve a purpose to fight, but however, knowing the fact that Pan and Videl are going to be clinging on for their lives if their universe is destroyed, I think at least will force Gohan to do something very, very surprising in this arc. Everyone tends to sleep on Gohan, and however, even though he may not have been training as hard as Goku and Vegeta, there might be something about Gohan here that can ultimately stand out amongst everyone else and possibly even make him the MVP. Remember, he is a hybrid Saiyan, and according to Saiyan lore, hybrids tend to have a greater potential than pure-blood Saiyans. So if Gohan is pushed to his breaking point in this tournament, he could be the sole survivor, even possibly being the last person remaining in order to win this tournament for his respective universe. However, today I'm also going to give my predictions as to who I believe is going to be going down first. Master Roshi, Tien, Shinhan, and Krillin are going to be undoubtedly the very first among many to go down. I really doubt that they're going to be the very first to be eliminated. I do think that Master Roshi and perhaps even Krillin and Tien might get a few victories on other fighters. Keep in mind, with 10 fighters per team, we have a total of 120 fighters in this tournament, and who's to really say that each and every single one of these fighters are as strong as Goku and Vegeta are beyond? Unquestionably, I do believe that there are fighters out there that exist that are far beyond possibly Goku, Vegeta, and characters like Hit, but that's yet to be shown. As of right now, I do predict that Vegeta is going to have his moments, Goku is obviously going to have his moment as well, but for the secondary and minor characters like Krillin, Roshi, and Tien, I do also believe they're going to be gaining some victories before they are eliminated. So who is left in this tournament? We have Piccolo, Majin Buu, androids 17 and 18, Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan. Obviously enough, if 17 and 18 work as a cohesive unit, in which case I do believe amongst anyone else, since they're brother and sister, they have the best chance of working together and being able to gain a victory over other teammates because they simply know each other, they are androids, and they have been designed and created to work as the perfect duo. So if by some chance we do get to see a 2v2 in this tournament, undoubtedly these two would be one of the perfect pairs to go alongside with each other. However, if it's going to be a 1v1 solo fight, I can't really see androids 17 or 18 advancing very far. So I do think that somewhere down the line, these two are going to be up next to be eliminated amongst Roshi, Tien, Shinhan, and of course Krillin. And of course now we have Majin Buu and Piccolo. Having to take a guess as to who's stronger, I do think we can all agree that Majin Buu is stronger than Piccolo, but Piccolo is a strategist. So I really doubt that Piccolo is going to allow himself, especially knowing that his universe, where Planet Namek resides, to fall flat on his face just as he did during Universe 6 versus Universe 7. So between Majin Buu and Piccolo, I do think that at some very point, Piccolo just may outlast Majin Buu. Unless, of course, Majin Buu takes his role very seriously and begins to absorb people, turn people into candy or chocolate, then I do think Majin Buu has a great chance, if anything, a greater chance among anyone else to be the MVP because of the sole idea of his absorption. If, of course, the rules allow for no fusion, no absorption, no tag team duos allowed, if that's the case, then Majin Buu is definitely in trouble because Majin Buu cannot eat nobody, and of course he can't absorb anybody to gain any sort of special ability or power. So of course, if Majin Buu has that revoked from him, what can he possibly do? And of course, Majin Buu, although he is lazy, he's still pretty strong. Even when mad, he can still be a force of nature. However, when compared against Piccolo, I do believe that at the end of the day, Piccolo will outlast Majin Buu. And now, of course, we have Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, and the remaining fighters of teams universes 1 through 12. I do think that at some point, if anything, Piccolo is going to survive, but I do think that more so now than ever, he will be eliminated following Majin Buu. And of course, we have Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan. Now, I do think that at some given point in this tournament, something is going to happen. Now, my two predictions for this tournament are going to go as follows. Either A, this tournament is going to end abruptly, similar to the Majin Buu tournament when Spopovich and Yamu absorbed Gohan's powers and they simply left. Similar to that situation, if anything, I do believe that someone, and you have to think amongst 120 fighters, is going to intervene and try to gloat for himself. If this tournament, by some mere coincidence, ends with a definite winner, I do believe the story from there will become very stale because we've seen the exact same scenario play out with Team Universe 7 versus Team Universe 6. So my first prediction is that I do believe that at some given point amongst all of the 120 fighters a part of this tournament, somebody or some persons are going to intervene trying to claim the victories for themselves. If anything, I do believe my second prediction is going to boil down to a final showdown between Universe 7, undoubtedly Universe 7 is going to make it to the very end, and of course an unknown universe. Now, I don't think that Universe 6 is going to advance towards the finals. And the reason for that is I believe Champa at this very point is going to select 5 other random fighters. And of course we have Hit. Hit is undoubtedly going to be the MVP of Ciampa's team. But what if by some mere coincidence, Hit ends up losing against a more powerful fighter from another galaxy, from another universe? That would come as a shock, as Goku, Vegeta, and alongside everyone else from Team Universe 7 is going to bear witness to someone out there who can even stop Hit in his tracks. Assuming, of course, if Hit doesn't die by the hands of Beerus or someone else prior to entering this tournament. Unless, of course, Ciampa has another fighter to assist Hit on this one, I do think that Hit is going to be the MVP for Team Universe 6. Unless, of course, by some mere coincidence, he decides to either A, not compete, or, of course, as we all might fear, if he dies, then Ciampa is pretty much left hopeless on this one. Now, I do think that at some given point here, we are going to see Super Saiyan Blue get pushed here. Now, the three last remaining fighters I predict are going to last here are going to be Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku. But amongst those three fighters, I do believe that we're going to have a top prospect fighter get eliminated early, and I don't think it's going to be Gohan. So amongst Vegeta and Goku, one of them is bound to go down, and I do think that Akira Toriyama, Toei Animation, has been saving Gohan for a very special moment. Not unless, of course, I am wrong. I don't see Gohan winning the tournament, but I can definitely see Gohan achieving something of a definite surprise, similar to how Future Trunks surprised all of us when he found that he had a new form. That form being able to compete against Zamasu and, of course, Super Saiyan Rose. So I don't really know as of right now if Gohan has been doing any sort of training whatsoever, which I truly doubt. However, going back to Dragon Ball Super episode 71, Beerus specifically told Whis to train Goku whenever it is he has time in order for him to compete in this tournament. So, of course, who's to really say that once Beerus finds out, the lineup for this tournament, he's not going to order Whis to train everybody. Now, I really doubt that Whis is going to train everyone here, but I do think Gohan is a very possible candidate here. And, of course, if Gohan does receive just a little bit of training from Whis, that would give him the advantage going into this tournament because, again, keep in mind, he is a hybrid, and hybrids have greater potential than pure blood Saiyans. But let's say, for example, if Gohan gets eliminated in the first round, it will boil down to Goku and Vegeta, but I don't really think that Akira Toriyama and Toei are going to make it that obvious. Somebody's going to be the MVP, and it's going to either boil down to Goku or Vegeta, unless, of course, they want to give it to Gohan, but, of course, they need to explain further as to how Gohan achieves this mysterious power this entire time without him even training. But if anything, I think we can all make the prediction here that Goku might be the very last person to enter as the final candidate for this tournament. Some people may disagree and say Vegeta because he's been training longer, but of course, every single one of us have been hoping for a new transformation. If anything, if this allows fighters to push themselves to their very max, I do think that since their universes are in danger, this ought to unleash the fury and passion inside of one's being, i.e. Vegeta and Goku, to achieve something even far beyond that of a Super Saiyan Blue. However, again, we don't really know if fusion is allowed in this tournament. If fusion is allowed in this tournament, there is a possibility that we may see Vegito again. It is a low possibility, but of course we don't know the exact rules as to how the future and present Omni King are going to make. If, of course, fusion is allowed, but you can't use the Potara earrings from the Kais because the Kais can't intervene, then of course we may see a chance of Goku and Vegeta using the Finger Fusion, the Metamarise Fusion, although the likelihood of that happening is very, very, very low. If that were to happen, this would also introduce Gogeta for the very first time in Dragon Ball Super. Again, we don't really know the direction and how they plan on making this, but if anything, if fusion is not allowed, I do think that it's going to boil down to Goku or Vegeta. If fusion is allowed, I do think that since Goku and Vegeta realize the threat ahead, they need to combine their powers one last time in order not just to save themselves and the world, but save the entire universe as well. Remember, Beerus is putting unbelievable pressure on Goku and Vegeta and allowing them to win this tournament, so perhaps maybe anything can happen here. We could even possibly see Team Universe 7 lose from the get-go. Anything is possible, but I think if anyone out there has a brain would know that if that were to happen, the story is basically over. So I do think that Team Universe 7 will possibly either A, make it to the finals, or B, this tournament is going to be interrupted by someone who feels very salty about either A, their universe being destroyed, or perhaps even finding out that someone amongst Inner Circle has gone rogue. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Post your comments down below, guys. What do you guys believe is going to happen in this upcoming tournament? Who do you guys believe is going to be eliminated first? Who do you guys believe is going to be the MVP? What are your thoughts on Gohan? Is this tournament going to come down to an end via 1v1, or is someone going to interrupt? Comment down below, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys love Dragon Ball, if you guys cannot wait for this upcoming arc, make sure to punch that like button square in the face, guys. Make sure to also share this video amongst all the other solar systems in the world, guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.